Your brand has a pulse. Your story has a voice. Does your media reflect your excellence? Welcome to Vibrance Creative Services. We bridge the gap between imagination and professional reality. From cinematic corporate documentaries and high-fashion photography to precision drone inspections and event live streaming. We bring the gear, the grit, and the vision. Don't just exist in the market. Dominate it. Vibrance Creative Services. Professionalism amplified. WhatsApp us at 0750 151458.
The wolf breaks the tree line, a silver shadow against the white expanse of the frozen lake. The fur, a dense double layer of guard hairs and insulating undercoat, holds the frost like a mantle, each filament outlined in crystalline white where the breath has frozen and the snow has brushed against it in passing. The wolf stops at the edge of the ice, ears forward, nostrils flaring. The air, 30 below and still as death, carries information across impossible distances. The scent of deer, of moose, of the herd that passed this way hours ago, their trail a fading chemical signature on the wind. Behind the wolf, the pack emerges. They come one by one from the spruce, 9 in total, a flowing line of gray and white and black against the monochrome forest. There is no sound but the soft crush of paws in powder, a whisper of compression that dies instantly in the cold. The wolves gather on the shore, a loose assembly of bodies that do not touch, that do not acknowledge each other directly, but that move as a single entity governed by invisible signals. The alpha female, larger than the others, her muzzle silvered with years, steps onto the ice. The pack follows. The trail is there, written in the snow. To human eyes, nothing but a faint disturbance, a suggestion of passage. To the wolves, it is a map, a narrative, a biography of the prey. The alpha male drops his nose to the track, reads the story in particles of scent too small for any other creature to detect. The deer, a cow moose, heavy with calf, moving slowly, favoring the left fore, perhaps injured or merely tired. The scent is hours old, but the cold has preserved it, held it in suspension against the snow. The wolf lifts his head, looks across the lake toward the far shore, and begins to move. The pack flows behind him, single file, each wolf stepping into the prints of the one before, conserving energy, sharing the labor of breaking trail. The trot is economical, a ground-covering pace that eats the miles without exhausting the engine. The paws, large and furred between the toes, act as natural snowshoes, distributing weight across the surface, preventing the deep sinking that would drain the heat and strength from lesser creatures. The tails, bushy and dark-tipped, stream behind them like banners, signals of position and intent in the featureless white. The sun, a pale disk behind high clouds, offers no warmth. The wolf's breath comes in rhythmic puffs, visible clouds that hang for a moment before dissipating. The frost on their fur thickens with each mile, the moisture from their lungs freezing on the guard hairs, building a second coat of ice that will be shaken loose when they stop, when they rest, when the hunt allows a pause. The pack moves in silence, the only sound the soft crush of paws, the occasional creak of a frozen strap of hide as a leg lifts and reaches. The trail leads off the lake and into the trees. The wolves follow, leaving the open white for the cathedral gloom of the Boreal forest. Here the snow is deeper, drifted against the trunks, and the trail becomes harder to read. But the alpha female pushes ahead, her nose working, sifting the air for the particles that cling to low branches, to the bark of trees, to the snow itself. As she finds the path, a corridor of scent through the maze of spruce, and leads them on. Hours pass. The sun tracks across the sky, a pale arc that offers no guidance, no marker of time. The wolves run on, the trot never varying, the endurance seemingly bottomless. The muscles beneath the heavy fur work in perfect synchronization, a machine built for this and only this. The long pursuit, the wearing down, the final explosive moment of the kill. The pack is a single organism now, 9 bodies linked by purpose, by instinct, by the ancient contract of the hunt. The scent grows stronger. The alpha male, running third in the line, lifts his head and tastes the air. The moose is close, perhaps a mile, perhaps less. The pack responds without signal. The trot quickens, the bodies lowering, the tails rising. The snow flies faster beneath the paws. The silence deepens, if such a thing is possible, the wolves holding their breath, conserving every advantage for the final approach. Through the trees, a shape, dark, massive, standing in a clearing where the wind has scoured the snow from the ground, revealing the lichen and moss beneath. The moose, a cow, heavy with the life inside her, lifts her head. She has sensed them, the predators, the wolves, the death that follows on the winter trail. She turns, presenting her flank, her hindquarters, the weapons of her hooves ready to strike. But she is tired, weakened by the pregnancy, by the cold, by the days of scarce forage. The left foreleg, the one the wolves scented hours ago, holds her weight imperfectly. The pack spreads. The alpha female circles left, the alpha male right. The others fan behind, cutting off retreat, blocking the paths through the trees. The moose watches, her eyes rolling, her breath coming in great steaming clouds. She lowers her head, presenting the antlers she does not have, the defense of a species that evolved in a world without wolves. But the wolves are here, have always been here, and they know the dance. The alpha male faints. The moose lunges, a heavy, awkward movement, and the wolf dances back, just beyond the reach of the hooves. The alpha female moves in from the side, and the moose turns to face her, exposing the flank to the male. The pack tightens, the circle shrinking, the pressure building. The moose's breath comes faster now, the steam a continuous cloud, the strength draining with each pulse of the panicked heart. The attack comes from behind. A younger wolf, faster than the others, darts in and snaps at the hamstring. The moose kicks, a wild, desperate strike, but the wolf is already gone, replaced by another, then another. The bites land, quick and shallow, not killing wounds but weakening ones, each one a small subtraction from the moose's ability to fight, to flee, to survive. The snow beneath her hooves darkens with blood, with the sweat of terror, with the heat of a body pushed beyond its limits. The moose stumbles, the left foreleg buckles, and she goes down on one knee. The wolves are on her in an instant, a wave of gray and white that washes over the dark form, the teeth finding the throat, the flanks, the soft underside. The struggle is brief, a final, desperate heave of the massive body, and then stillness. The wolves pull back, breathing hard, the frost on their fur now tinged with pink, with the steam of fresh blood rising in the cold air. The alpha female moves to the kill as she tears at the flank, opening the body cavity, releasing the heat, the smell, the promise of food. The pack gathers, not pushing, not fighting, but waiting, watching, reading the signals that will tell them when to approach. The alpha feeds first, tearing great mouthfuls of flesh and fat, swallowing without chewing, filling the empty belly that has driven her across the miles. Then she steps back and the others move in, a hierarchy of hunger, each wolf taking its turn, each wolf consuming what it needs to fuel the next hunt, the next trail, the next day in the frozen world. The sun sets behind the spruce, a final flare of orange that fades to gray, then to black. The wolves feed on in the darkness, their eyes reflecting the starlight, their bodies warm with the heat of fresh meat. The moose diminishes, the skeleton emerging from the flesh, the bones cracking beneath the powerful jaws. By morning, little will remain but scattered hair and gnawed bones, and the wolves will be gone, following the next trail, the next scent, the next chapter in the endless winter of the apex predator.
Your brand has a pulse. Your story has a voice. Does your media reflect your excellence? Welcome to Vibrance Creative Services. We bridge the gap between imagination and professional reality. From cinematic corporate documentaries and high-fashion photography to precision drone inspections and event live streaming, we bring the gear, the grit, and the vision. Don't just exist in the market. Dominate it. Vibrance Creative Services. Professionalism amplified. WhatsApp us at 0750 151458.